All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do a new comic. I'm going to do a new couple of issues. Yeah, we start off with The Rush from Vault Comics, issue number one. I believe there's a sign, but weirdly enough, there's some kind of a sticker on it, and it's signed. Is that how you do it? Instead of on the comic, it's why? All right, maybe I shouldn't ask it. Maybe there's some kind of an exclusive from whatever that is. Enigmatic Night, New York. I don't know. Anyway, let's dive in. So this is basically, I believe, a Gold Rush, the comic, but then with supernatural stuff, as you can see here in the background. There is a one downside here that I have to point out immediately. There is some words in here because this comic is, depicted in the 1900s. The writer, who is Si Spurrier, and Nathan Gooden is the artist, and Edison Duke is the colorist, and etc. They did a very good job to depict the world. You get a sense of immersion that I really like. The downside is I'm not familiar with 19th century or 18th century words and language. Well, I know American language, but there's some words here that I really do not know what that is. So maybe you, as the watcher of my videos, can help me out, since maybe there is a couple of you who knows what these words mean. So leave a comment below, and subscribe to my channel. That would be really nice. Anyway, so this is somewhere in the winter, and I know maybe in the I don't know where, but in the mountains. And so this guy is losing a tooth, but there's a lot of going on immediately. So especially with this guy. So these are, I don't know, probably gold hunters is the wrong word, but gold diggers, mining, etc. And they hear a sound, and this guy is seeing something on his wrist. And he says, "You pull in your horns into your cheek, Echo. This claim's worked." So basically say, "Hey, you come out of here." But then, bowler and tie. Breathing, sleeping none. You see that? Light a shock, pretend it's him. What about Victor? Leave him. Don't you look back. And he's sticking his knife in his arm. And there's some kind of a gold in his arm. Maybe it's all, because he's drunk and gold rush. I don't know. But then, well, no, look at this things in here. What is that? Yeah, he's dead. We don't see the face of this attacker. But he says, the trail. So then we have a letter from a mother to his boy that went on to Yukon, I believe. And also the words like Klondike. I mean, I heard of Yukon. I heard of Klondike. I mean, it's, there was, back in the day when it was famous for gold in the mountains, I guess. I mean, I heard it here and there, but I'm not entirely sure. Also, we see, she's telling a story. She's writing to her boy that she's missing him, but she wants to know how he is and what's happening here in her hometown. People getting knives in them. All right, and a villain called Soapy Smith is getting it. Anyway, so she comes in the bar, and this guy, Nathaniel, no, don't you get hysterical? He says. She says, "Why are you here? Where's Caleb, her son?" I tried panning the creeks, and I tried preaching all down up the bench and claims, but nobody's listening. He's drunk. "Nettie, I can't tell you, Nettie. I could, like you couldn't believe, digging that soil, knowing the mud load's gone and there's no goddamn color left, Nettie. I couldn't take it anymore." Where is our son? So basically, he's just droning on about that. That if he had got enough gold, and they go to Seattle and all that stuff. And then she also sees the lipstick on his face and the smell of booze, and so he's whoring around, right? So she takes up her mantle, and she's going to look for her son, and she's going through the Dead Horse Pass, and also talking about the rush, gold rush. And she says, "You see them all along the route. The broken men survived and lost, stumbling like prophets from the Bible. So there's, she's a religious person. I guess she's Christian. 2 years of toil and nothing to show, and worse, still plenty headed the other way, like me, blind to the portents. From Banff, I booked berth, thanks only to a suicide among some Cornishmen who waited the whole winter for the ice to go out. His fellows nursed some superstitious objection towards my passage, and I agitated their glances whenever I took a turn on deck. After a week, I hired an old trapper at $1 a day to concern himself with my safety. He seems polite enough. He says he reminds me of his sweetheart back home, upon whose virtues he's keen to expound. But I do not trust him, not fully. He has the same look in his eye as everyone in these latitudes, men or women, Christian or heathen. I believe it's the look of a soul who has subordinated all mortal virtue to a singular alternate preoccupation. Like I said, I like the well-written, educated dialogue from this woman, while the others are probably illiterate or something. But some words, I really do not know what that means. I just, tell them. And then, this is a flashback of her boy, and then she's dozing off because she's right here in her tent. And she hears the voice, Miss Bridger, who's there? She says, it's me, ma'am, Mike Peacetime, that you hired to. I know you are, MP. I'm not moon-touched. You startled me is all. I was composing a letter to my son, in case I missed him on the path somehow. You understand. You nodded off again, right? So she says, hey, it's time, by the way. She's going out, and then she's, in Dawson City. Probably, the city where everybody goes to, go off to dig gold in the mountains, I guess. Now, ma'am, I know we've been through this a blush or two, and if I asked that you were plumb sure you want to do this, you're like to say, don't start, MP, I'm not paying for your advice. No, that's all the same, Miss Bridger. I'd be remiss if I didn't raise it. These fellas, they come up from the gutter. They were the first ones to got here. They hooked all the creek clams out of Bonanza and El Dorado. That's long before the stampede. And right now, they're richer than suet and brandy. All right, and then he says that they are, buying champagne and $5 per egg or something, but they are still, acting, got manners like bears, right? But then we switch it around. She's here for a week, and she is looking for this dame here that she is, she's going to the loo, and she is locking her up, buying her clothes, getting her clothes, and try to have an act, because she's here for a week. She's asking everybody for her boy. She's got no answer from anybody. So, and so she tries this, in this, circus or whatever. And so this guy introduces her to Cat Wilson, and the crowd goes, that ain't Cat, old whore, get off of here. Fuck you. Gentlemen, please, I won't keep you but a shake. I tried everything else. I'm looking for my boy. So she's going off that, she's looking for a very long time, that nobody's listened, and maybe there's some good Christian here in the crowd that help her, because she's a poor mother that looking just for her boy and wants to get him safe home, right? And so everybody's go quiet and, show your ass the fuck up. She ain't worth $1.50 a ton. I'd plank down 20 cents if the squad danced unshut. She's getting, off the stage, right? So, yeah. And art looks great, by the way. I like the colors. The atmosphere is really good, in my opinion. So this guy comes in, but she's prepared. I ain't no thief, please. I just want to talk, this man says. I didn't come with nefarious intent, ma'am. I didn't think you let me in as all. Respect a political like you, so MP comes in as well, right? And it's the lady's son, mister. I seen him. There was a strike, a big one. They kept it quiet against another stampede, but I seen it north of here. I've been here, and so's your boy, man. We traveled here together, I swear it. But I couldn't take the cold, see? And he shows some his wounds, right? Like it, I don't know, he's been attacked or something else. So he says, what's with it? You let me leave. Yellowhammer's right under the snow. Why didn't he let me leave? Well, I can't stop thinking on it, man. The color being my meaning. I'm thinking to go back, only I got no funds or for sleds nor hounds, so I thought since you boys up that race too. Lies and gammon, man. Couple of miles out of camp, a knife under your chin or worse. Little convoluted for a cut purse. I ain't lying. He's got a, like what them French horse call a beauty spot. Right here. So they take him in, right? And he's starting to scratching his arm. 2 days, no more stroll. This place is going, they say it's called Brokehoof on the account of the first fellas found it. Their mule got laying on a nugget, big as a shovel. But she's keeping her gun close. I love this, how he talks, right? He's just like he's off, like he's out there, right? And look at what he's doing. He's doing it again. So MP is talking about, a while back here in the tent that he was a little bit late because he's also writing to his sweetheart, right? But she has none of it. Basically, she's saying that her only thing that is on her mind is getting her son back. And that's the only thing that he is paying MP for. Not for chit-chat, not for small talk, just being a bodyguard, and that's it. So she is a little bit harsh in my opinion, but it's, maybe in this times women could be hard and she's looking for a son, so she's pretty determined. But yeah, doesn't mean she's a bad person, just a little bit more selfish, I guess. Anyway, so the search continues, and I confess, I'm plain buffaloed by it. Eyes went out on Yukon a month ago. There ought to be snakeweed and bleeding hearts growing all about down here. There ought to be salmon leaping like bangtails. It's like the spring plot for God. Anyway, so then MP, she hears, Miss Bridger, you're a trapper by trade, so have you ever seen tracks like these? So this guy says, it's him. Oh man, okay, who's that, right? But then, I don't know, something happened to the dogs, and I looked at a very long time, but I really cannot figure it out. What is happening? Is there some kind of a shot? Is that guy with a shotgun again? But it seems that these guys are getting ripped in the air, torn apart. But it's really, well, it's not hard to see, but I do not know what's happening here. It seems that these dogs are getting cut open. And she's looking, and this guy still says it's him. And she says, what do you mean? Talk sense. It's the pill. He says, who comes and goes? Nobody else. He's got to take someone. That's the stake. I ain't for you, Ryder. Not yet. I'm off this place. I come back, see? There's these here chicacos. You take them. I'll do it for you, Ryder. Then you'll see. So it's getting very violent. And I'm one of yours. I came back. I'm ready for getting took yet. I come to dig. I've come to, well, he's dead. So this guy says, quickly now. And the poor dog is ripped open. So he immediately shoots him. Poor thing. So she says, who are you? Inspector Leponite, sir. I'm supposed to keep peace in these parts. Doing a rather poor job on current form. That poor dog. So, but then she's, I don't know, falling. And he says, man. And then she sees something. Like, in the distance. This guy with that thing in the background. We don't see his face. And he points. And, what? I said, what are you doing here, man? This is no place for a lady. So she says, a boy, 16, mole on his cheek, red hair, likes to sing holy songs on the Sabbath. Caleb Bridger, sure. You know him? A little. Well enough to eulogize at the bone orchard. Goes with the uniform, I suppose. I do not know what eulogize means. So if you know what that is, please comment below. Is that Is he maybe baptized? Is he dead? I don't know. But she's basically in shock because he says, "Eula, guys." Yeah, that's right. About a month ago, I say. The day are difficult to count these parts. I hope he didn't owe you money. Now, please, let's go. Dog's due, and we'll see for yourselves. There's worse out here than the cold, he says. And then we see a great shot of the valley. Welcome to Brokehoof, I guess. And yeah, little spiders, spider legs, and this guy. Yeah, this is cool. I like it. Like I said, I do not understand all what they are saying, you know, especially when it comes to those slang words, I guess. But overall, I like it. This is a 6-issue miniseries. We're gonna do all of them, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So yeah, we're gonna take a look at this, guys. Let me know what you think about this. Hope you like the video, and yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.